Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that. We had a couple of guys complaining about the interwebs and their quality not being able to handle it. So what I did was I lowered the quality from a 10 to an 8, and I dropped the resolution to just below HD, but it's still 69. So you guys should still be able to get all the quality goodness. Hopefully that solves a lot of people's problems. But yes, we are moving into the first round. And first round, if you don't mind, Machine, I will be taking it. We will be going away with scopes. And it's knife. Oh, I just got so excited. I just got like over the moon for that. Right, so a knife going down now. Wow, Toxic with a little sneaky knife in there to take down Paradox.
Taking the SMG frag. Wow.
Cube just, oh, I can imagine knifing with that ping is just ridiculous.
Nah, Cube's here to show that ping means nothing.
And Stars, of course, taking that round, you know, with Cube's brilliant knifing skills. Jermaine saying, GG America. What is wrong with you, lovely says. I guess that the American might have got a little bit confused and thought it was, you know, just live, straight off. So, I'm guessing, you know,
just
we have no idea if this map is attack or defense bias. It's, at the moment, it's just the map we know. On the A side, I'm gonna say it's attack biased. On the B side, I'm gonna say it's defense biased.
I think, yeah, we're just going to have to see how it plays out, because I mean we've been running around and playing it in pickups, but there's no real way to see it unless you see teams playing it. And still, even with this is technically a mix, and it's going to be different to see. We'll see how the map progresses. But personally, I have to say that this map is I've really enjoyed it. I think the sizing's just right. I think the bomb sites, maybe a couple of things on B could be changed, but besides that, I think it's a really strong map. I think we'll see how this goes and see how other people interpret it.
Again, I'm going to apologize on, I don't want to say the map creator's half because I think he's done an amazing job, but there are quite a few alleys. So if we repeat the word alley tonight, you know, sorry.
Apologies.
And we have about, at least, I'll say about a minute before we move off onto this match. So if you guys want to grab a last couple of drinks, if you guys want to grab a snack or something, put it in full screen, sit back on your seat and relax, because tonight is just going to be awesome.
Yes, indeed. And for those of you who have just joined us, then we're just going to say that Stevie, for those fans that do just love and wanted to see Stevie return, he's not going to be joining us tonight. He just didn't quite feel up to it, which is fair enough, and we all know why. So we're just going to leave it to Paradox to take his shoes, which I'm sure you guys won't be too upset about.
Yeah,
and I'd also like to apologise for my cold as well, which has just come at the perfect time.
And if you really did just join us and you're wondering what on earth are these guys doing, this is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare on PC Promo 211 on a new, hopefully new competitive map, sorry. And I will be taking it away with scopes first round. This is the first round of this show match. We do see Ono dropping Fantasy. There's Ono actually trying to aim up, trying to take up Paradox. Paradox being the scope for the Stars side. Paradox pulling in there, taking out Future. Cube right up there in the front, taking out Tokshan. We'll see a 3-on-3 forming here. Definite A push coming out here from the Star side. Ono taking out Cube and Paradox to get the reply though. And then we'll have the first scope on scope action. Jermaine showing how powerful that Deagle is as he drops Paradox. And Rio thinking he knows where Jermaine is. And Rio, last man standing, 1 versus 2. He's got both the players basically surrounding him. Doesn't spot Jermaine to his left. Jermaine seems to be only playing Deagle. Does pull out the egg as a finish off in Rio. And we will also see 1-0 going to the number 1 side. Now, what I noticed is we didn't actually do teams. Just a quick rundown here for the Star side. We have Paradox, Cubed, Mama, Fantasy, and in Rio. Defense, we have Jermaine, Ono, Tokshay, Labasme, and Future. And it is all yours, Machine.
Gorgeous. Right, I'm going to go ahead obviously with the scopes as Paradox does take down Ono. I think this is inevitable really. There's one that what we've been calling straight alley anyway, as it looks to be a ridiculously aggressive A push from Stars. As Paradox lands the frag onto Future's second frag that round already. Bomb's actually in the hands of Paradox. Scope with the bomb, nice to see as Liberschmidt takes down Fantasy. It's a 3v2 in favour of Stars. And now the bomb looks to be going down with Paradox. Paradox still top fragging for his team. In fact, he is really performing at the moment. Anyway, it's 42 seconds now as the bomb has gone down. Paradox just making his way back, trying to watch that bomb site. Jermaine takes down Mama, brings him down to level pegging now, 2v2. Jermaine and Lubishmit up against Enrio. I tell a lie, and Enrio goes down. It's just Paradox now. He does take down Jermaine, 1v1. Lubishmit up against Paradox, the two players from Power Gaming, or X-Power I should say, as he takes him down. That's 4 frags, I believe, that round, 4 Paradox. And that brings it to 1-1.
Hate to be taken up on my teammate like that.
No, that's not good.
Afterwards. Anyway, looking at the scoreboard here, we can see Paradox with a ridiculous 6-for-1 frags off in the first 2 rounds. We'll be peeking up in that mid, trying to find Ono. Doesn't do so yet. And it seems Ono learned his lessons from the previous round. Future pushing up in mid. Jumping over to the AKs, we'll see Jermaine pushing down Toy Alley. Gets taken up by Rio. And Ono now trying to hold that A bomb side all on his own. Lavishme on the far B side, not being too effective at the moment. Future's flanking, but Paradox taking him out from behind. He's going to be so annoyed being able to get sandwiched like that between 2 players. On with a nade there onto Cubed. I don't see the American out of the running. Last man standing is it's actually Lavishme. That's Promo 211 lies to us. He has got both players in front of him, and he should be able to see 2 spots. One takes out Fantasy, and goes up
once again
up against his teammate. And it seems Paradox has got a brilliant little spot here.
I think it's going to be very hard for Lubishmir unless he's got shams on.
Unless he looks right, he won't be doing so. Paradox actually playing with him. He's probably going to go for the knife. Lavishme not turning around. Smoke's going to go down. Lavishme is really going to be playing into Paradox's hand right now. And Paradox is just sitting. He knows he's got this one. He knows he doesn't need to play too aggressively or do anything out of order. Goes for the smoke. Wow. And Lavishme fakes it. He's got no idea what's going on. Everyone's laughing as he turns around. Paradox unleashes the Deagle. Wow. And they'll bring out the 2-1.
Did his mother never tell him not to play with his food?
Oh, everyone's got to have a little fun.
Okay, I'm going to take this round once again. I'm going to go with Ono now to see from different scopes perspective, as he is looking straight down, looking for Paradox to peek. Paradox does peek, but he doesn't land the frag, as Toxj is the one to pick up first blood onto Paradox. Well, Paradox isn't going to be happy with that one. He has been constantly checking for the AK down that alley. Let's go for a bit of SMG action. I'm just going to jump over to Cube, the bomb carrier, 4 stars. He was initially looked like looked like an A push. Now looks to be going into B, as the Stars players are closing in on that B site. The defense still looking relatively weak on B side. I think there's only 1 player for number 1. Anyway, let's stick with Cubed as he's making his way through underpass, making his way to that B bomb. It definitely is a B push now from Stars. Whether or not number 1 have realised that, I'm not quite sure. Still, it's number 1 with the advantage, 5-3. Paradox and Mum are already fallen. Make that 2 as Jermaine gets the frag onto Fantasy. Cubed quickly responding, taking him down, and now it's a 4v2. Enrio and Cubed, last 2 men standing. Enrio does take down Ono though. That's the scope down for number 1. As Cubed making a quick getaway, he has got the bomb down, and now the time is against number 1. Cubed now last man standing as Future takes down Enrio. Ono and Future last 2 up against Cubed. The American trying to show ping means nothing. Does spot 1, takes down Future. The other is right there. It's Ono. Actually, is that Lubishmir? It is. This Promo 211 is not happy with me. As Cube just trying to get the frag through the body. He's being pushed by Lubishmir. Lubishmir comes round, takes him down. And there it goes. That brings it to what looks like 2-2.
It's just so close there from Cube. Unfortunately, I don't know if the ping came into play there.
I struggle to believe ping makes play.
I mean, fair enough, there's anti-lag, but 160 milliseconds is
it's an awful lot.
It is an awful lot. Now, the reason we're sticking you with the scopes in the bit is because, in the beginnings, is literally because this is kind of like DDoS 2. There is the scopes going down mid. And again, we'll see Paradox scoping up in the mid side, trying to pop something there into the smoke, trying to spot someone. Doesn't do so. Honor's dropping down towards that A site, and we will be seeing the A push come out here. All 5 players still up for star. Rio getting that smoke out, and looks like we will be having that push working together as a brilliant mixed team as they are. Lavishme again on the rotate. Fantasy getting into some action now as well. Only 3 players left for the SAR side now, and they've kind of been stopped in their tracks. Paradox opening up another opportunity to finish this off Jermaine. Fantasy now going to be pushing in. He knows 2 players are there by that bin area. And spots on and takes him out. Has got one to the right and connector. Finishes him off as well to take down Toxj. Brilliant players. He finishes off the round to take it 3-2 now. And Stars pull off around in the lead.
Let's see what an SMG does. Let's go with Future, who is playing for number 1. As it looks to be a strong A defense. There's only 3 players, 2 AKs and an SMG. Ono does take down Mum. I think that's the first frag we have seen from a scope down that alley, taking down an SMG as opposed to the scope. This is a strong A defense. Cubed, second frag for him, takes down Luberschmidt. Jermaine onto Enrio is a 3v4. Jermaine on a centimeter of health, just looking to get some space to regen. He doesn't get it though as Paradox takes him down. Future really just playing around A site, not really seeing much from a defensive SMG. It's always nice just to see how SMGs play, especially on a new map like this. As Paradox just was just sat in that market. I wasn't really expecting that. He does take down Future, and now it's a 3v2 in favor of Stars. Let's go with Paradox as he has got the bomb for Stars. Looks to be getting the bomb down as Fantasy takes down Toxg. That's just, kill feed is full of P's. Fantasy and Paradox really performing at the moment. For Paradox, if you just look at the scoreboard, it's Paradox on 11. Right below him, it's Cubed with his awesome 170 ping. And anyway, it is Ono now. It is actually Ono this time. Last man standing for number 1. That's 30 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to do something pretty special if he wants to get this. Lands and oh my god, that no-scope onto Paradox. So 2 remain. Cubed and Fantasy. Smoke coming out from Ono. Is he going to try and hold the defuse? Getting pushed from Fantasy, but Fantasy gets the better of him. That's his second frag, and that brings it to 4-2. Advantage well in Stars' grasp.
Now, what is Mama doing?
Wow.
What is he doing 1 for 6? Are we sure this is a star lineup? Let's see what he's doing. He has split away from his teammates here. He has timed that one to just dodge the enemy scope, and he is pushing A side. I think he's going to be the bait. He's going to be taken up from the side in about 3, 2... No. That player on the toy alley not peeking him. Does actually peek, actually looks away. It is Jermaine with that deagle. Finishes off Mama, nearly getting the bond. Oh well. Maybe it's just warming up for now. Probably just warming up. Paradox pushing up here in mid. Upper mid as well. And a Cube to get a knife onto Tokshay. Tokshay, what are you doing? You just got knifed by an American. Which is like double as bad as the fact that he has 160 ping.
I was going to say, we all know what knifing on a ping is like.
Paradox now moving in here onto the A side. Is going to go around. Jermaine's flanking around the back. They're going to have to watch out for that one. Of course, they won't know it's happening in Rio. Pulling up here with his teammate. Moving up onto this A bomb site. They're just trying to clear it out at the moment. Make sure that no one's hiding away from them, seeing as they know Jermaine was on that side, but Jermaine moved away. And as you can see, he's all the way on B alley. Not too much worry from him. And he's got that deagle out. Clearly not worrying about it too much. On it to Eagle down. Paradox. Future to finish off in Rio. 4-3 is your scoreline. Stars still holding on to that 1-round lead.
Okay then. So I think, you know, I mean, I do feel guilty when I constantly spec the same player, but I think Paradox is just, he's on 11 frags, right below him is 7. He's got the massive advantage, especially up against Ono, who is top fragger for his team, but still not such a great advantage as he is looking towards that mid-market. Does spot Ono, takes him down, trying to get that second frag onto the AK at the top of the straight. Doesn't spot him. Future does take down Mama though, bringing it to level peg, and it is 4v4. Mama and Ono down for the opposing teams. Paradox lives a lovely frag onto Toxj as Enrio takes down Future. Now it is Luberschmidt, last man standing. Let's go over to him, see what he can do. It's a 1v4, make it 1v3 as he takes down Cubed, but Fantasy's there, babysitting his American friend, and it brings it to 5-3.
Ono really is catching the unlucky one here. I mean, he waits out on that alley, watching it. And then Paradox, of course, looking towards the bottom, not worrying about it too much. And then, you know, peeks up, and Ono is there waiting for him. Now, we'll have to see how he's going to be changing up his playstyle to try and adapt here. Wow, Scope actually ringing off a shot right next to his head. Paradox must have seen him through that gap in the wall. But what we got to remember is, I mean, Paradox was the replacement for Stevie, and if this is what Paradox is doing, imagine what Stevie would have been doing. Stars claiming 3 players' lives from the #1 team. And we'll see Jermaine, Ono, and Future down. Lubishmi and Toksha remaining, but Toksha is having none of it as he takes out Paradox and Cube. Fantasy trying to hold up in mid. But do we see a flame coming in here? Who's coming around the back? It is Mama. No, it's not Mama. Who am I trying to find here? It is Lubishmi. He has got that SMG. And he's still going to try and show that he has got what it takes to bring back the bomb site. Takes out on rear with an SMG. He's tapping away slowly. Pulls out the deagle. Fantasy taking out Toksha. Lubishmi is now the last man standing. He knows where one of the players is, doesn't know where the second one is. And he is actually sitting in that wall. It is Mama with an AK to finish him off. Is that Mama's second frag? Mama's third frag, actually. Bringing it up here.
You've got 2 frag that round.
3 rounds.